It is Mark from Zerby, and I'm in the Own Your Online Dating group. We're going to be reviewing Tinder profiles here. I was supposed to go live yesterday. I did not. Sorry about that, but we're going to be doing it now. Before I get into any of that, I have a huge announcement. I'm very excited to tell you about it. So over the past, I don't know how many months, we've been really growing the group. We now have 1,500 people in it, and we get new people every single day that are joining. In fact, so many people, it's honestly really hard to keep up. It's really hard to continue doing profile reviews and in-depth Q&As because the sheer number of people in there makes it, I wouldn't say impossible, but very, very difficult to give individual attention. And what's great about this group is it's a community, so everyone's helping each other. But even though it's a community where everyone helps each other, it's still an open community that anyone can be in. Let me hide this. You don't need to see that right now. Anyone can be in, which means sometimes you get people that aren't really serious about this kind of stuff. Sometimes you get people who are just kind of lurking, which is fine, but they're not really actively communicating or putting into the group. So I wanted to find a way for us to have a group where it's intensive, right? Where it's like a mastermind group. So I have a solution, and I'm going to reveal it in a few seconds. Before I get to that, though, this group will always be here. I love this group. So this isn't an attack on Own Your Online Dating. This group is fantastic. However, I wanted to soup it up. So here's what we're doing. I'm now creating a second group. Own Your Online Dating is free. Anyone can get in. Trust me, I moderate it. I get rid of people who are, toxic or at least neutral here. But a lot of people lurk here, and that's fine and good. But I want to have a second group that it is a Tinder mastermind group. Everyone in there is serious about this. I can post more of my real Tinder screenshots and give more exclusive tips. I can give more one-on-one feedback on people's profiles, and we can just have a really tight-knit community. So to do that, I'm announcing, as of now, we're going to be having a group called the Right Swipe Club Mastermind. It is a invite-only, well, I shouldn't say invite, but it is a members-only mastermind group for Tinder, OkCupid, Bumble, all of that stuff. I will still be active in Own Your Online Dating. I will still be here in this group, but in the new group, there's going to be a lot of additions. So for example, there will be a monthly live stream that will be, it'll be at the same time, same day, every single month. So you always know to expect it. There'll be exclusive content, exclusive interviews from other online dating and Tinder experts such as David Bond, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, one of the best people when it comes to Tinder, and other online dating experts. There'll be exclusive interviews in that group, and you can only get it in that group, and also access to the content archive of all previous and all future live streams, interviews, stuff like that. Now, the Right Swipe Club will not be free, but it will be extremely cheap. It will be cheaper than Tinder Plus. And the fact that it costs money means people in there are going to be taking it seriously. If you're in there, you want to get results, and you're going to be getting results. And also it means that I'm going to be able to provide more one-on-one feedback, and not just me, but other members of the Zerby staff. So really excited to say that the Right Swipe Club, will be open on 7/11. The 11th. If you've seen the RSC thing that I've been posting, it's in reference to the Right Swipe Club. So you'll be getting more information about that. In the Right Swipe Club, I will also be doing Tinder profile reviews of profiles posted in the Own Your Online Dating group. So if you want to see those profile reviews, you're going to need to be in the Right Swipe Club. I'll still be going live from time to time in the Own Your Online Dating group, but it will not be scheduled as it will be in the Right Swipe Club, which will be a lot more intensive, just because the group is growing so much here that, again, I want to have an exclusive community where I can provide really one-on-one feedback, and we can really dive deep into Tinder tips and secrets and all that good stuff. Now, once again, the Right Swipe Club will open on the 11th. There will be a 1-week period where you can get into the Right Swipe Club for basically an introductory price that will go up after the week. And if you get in at the beginning when it's still at that introductory price, you will lock in at that price forever. So again, Right Swipe Club, look forward to it. You'll be hearing more about it as the few days go by before we open on the 11th. Now, with all that said, let's go ahead and review some of the Tinder profiles that are posted in here. I'm going to send this up to the broadcast, and we'll do that. Ooh, look who that is. All right. Scott asks, is there a fee? Yes, there is a fee. There's a monthly fee to be in the group, and it's extremely cheap. Extremely cheap. But that fee is going to help keep out people that are just lurking or not really interested or don't want to contribute. So it'll be a good barrier to entry so we can have a little more private feedback and, all that good stuff. All right. So Aaron, we're going to look at your profile first. It says, I know the pics don't work too well. Still, hopefully either this Wednesday or Saturday, I'll be able to get better ones. What do you think of how I worked with it in the bio? I did notice a huge spike getting more likes since I made this change. Got 4 or 5 matches in 30 hours of the profile. All right. Well, first off, great. If you are getting more matches, that's a good start. Now, one thing I'll say, a lot of the advice that I give here is based on my experience seeing a lot of profiles. I started Zerby in 2015, or was it early 2016? I think 2015. Before that, I was working at Simple Pickup, which is basically, at the time, was the world's biggest men's dating business. And I've seen a lot of Tinder profiles as a result. Like, this is what I've been doing for years. So I have a fairly good eye of what will get you more results. But here's the thing. You need to test it yourself, because you might find that for whatever reason, your fringe profile tends to do better than the majority of other profiles that do better. Does that make sense? Sometimes outliers can work. So if I give you feedback or I give you advice and you found that your profile, when you implement none of it, you do better, great. Test it. This is not what I would consider a decent profile. I don't like this, honestly. I don't think the photos are good. I think you need to improve them. But man, if you're getting more swipes, figure out what's causing you to get more swipes, okay? Maybe girls like this kind of silly photo. Maybe that's working for you, right? And if it is, how can you push that further? How can you bring that further? Now, one thing I keep in mind, getting matches is fine. It's good to get matches. I mean, obviously. But what's more important than matches? Getting dates. So some profiles you might find like, okay, well, this profile is getting me a lot of matches or likes, but I'm not able to convert any of the girls onto dates. So what's wrong? Is it my messaging or is it my profile? All right. And the way that you experiment with that is you split test basically different profiles, different messaging, etc. Or you post it here in the Own Your Online Dating group or in the Right Swipe Club and get feedback from someone like me who can say, oh, okay, well, you are getting matches because your profile is fine, but your messaging kind of sucks and you need to step that up. Make sense? I mean, we can talk about why I don't like these photos, but I don't think that's necessary. Okay, so we're going to read the bio. Don't read the next sentence. You little rebel, I like you already. Aspiring Greek god, done with Hera. She was too restrictive, looking for an Aphrodite. Have you seen her? Okay, so you got a Greek thing going here. Job digital editing. All right. So here's what I like, and here's what I don't like. Let's start with what I don't like. What I don't like is the first part of this is very much a copy-pasted line, okay? It really doesn't say anything about you. A good bio is going to have girls message you first because they see something in your profile that really resonates with them, that they like about you. All right. So this is obviously a copy pasted line. There's a small chance you came up with it on your own, but I have a feeling you got it from somewhere. And even if you didn't, it still reads like that. So I would say that using a copy pasted line like that is at best neutral, but you can do better by making it about you. Now, moving on, we have the whole Greek thing. Now, all this Greek stuff, that's fine. What that does on the positive side is it shows that you're well read, right? You know your history. You've read your classics, all right? And all that is well and good. That's kind of showing, not telling. So rather than, telling her, I like reading, I like classics, I'm intelligent, instead, dropping those references shows her all that. Now that's good. The issue is it doesn't really make sense. It would make more sense, I guess, if you were actually Greek and you were like a Greek dude who just moved here to New York, right? That kind of makes more sense. This is just sort of like picking a random theme. That disconnect? All right. I understand that you're relating your profile picture, which you edited to look like Zeus. I think that's, let me see. I forgot. Is that Zeus? Yeah, lightning bolt. So you edited it to look like Zeus, which matches the bio. So there's sort of a theme going. You're telling a story. I like that. That's funny and interesting. It needs to be pushed further, but it would be better if that story was more related to you. Does that make sense? So I think you're like just starting to play around with building a story, which is something that I talk about. It's back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but thanks. You're just starting to play around with a story, which I like. But see if you can make it more of a story about who you are as a person, things that you actually do. If you were like an artist or you were a researcher of Greek art, maybe that would make more sense. Okay. What's up? Hey, man. Let's see who's saying that. Oh, it's Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Cool. All right. Moving on. Oh, Kevin, you're actually the next person in the review. Now, they actually changed Tinder, right? They added more photos. So that's something that I'm going to be covering in the future, because more photos means more opportunity, but also a lot more room to fail. Actually, one of the biggest changes to Tinder was when they allowed you to swipe through the photos before you decide to right or left swipe on someone. That actually screwed over a lot of guys, because they would have like one good photo, which is their profile photo, and their other photos would suck. And then the drop rates, their match rates dropped, went way down. So I'm kind of thinking that's what's going to happen here. You want to use as many opportunities as you can get. More photos, the better. But if they're not good photos and they don't work together, it's going to be more difficult. And it's sort of like, I think at some point, it's reasonable that Tinder will introduce video. When that happens, it's going to change everything. It's going to be totally different getting matches, and probably a lot more difficult for guys that found it easy with photos, because video, it's harder to paint the full story of what's interesting about your life. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I can barely get it right now, and they added more photos. Yeah, exactly. They also added a video feature. Did they really? I didn't see that. And I was on Tinder just yesterday. Okay, well, if that's the case, I will be addressing that for sure on the Zerby blog and in the YouTube video, and definitely in the Right Swipe Club. I got to see this for myself. Maybe I don't have it. No, I don't have it. I can't do video, and I'm still stuck at 6 photos. So maybe you guys have like a tested feature or something. But anyway, once I get that feature, I'll figure it out. It's a 2-second video snippet feature. That's awesome. I've been waiting for this for so long. Coffee Meets Bagel was the first to do it, and they took it away. I think it's an amazing idea, and it will make it so much easier to get matches if you know what you're doing. That's the important part. If you don't, it's going to be really hard. It's going to make it way harder, because it's way more opportunity to be lame, and not you, but just it's difficult to be on video. If you don't have a video presence, Like I'm doing these kind of videos all the time, so it's easier for me. But if you're not used to being on video and you don't have good lighting and everything's, whatever, and you're just like, hey, what's up? Like that's going to be your video. It's not going to help. Anyway, let's review this profile. Kevin, thanks for being here, by the way. Are you new to the group? I don't remember seeing you before. Maybe I have. Anyway, let's check this out. So, all right. First photo here. Let me point out things I like and things that I don't like. All right. Thing I don't like. Well, we'll start out with the first photo. It's a little stuffy. All right. Not just that it's stuffy. Here's how I can put it. The best Tinder profile, when a girl looks at it, she really is going to be either like confused and curious at the same time or really excited. All right. So for example, maybe your first photo has you doing something that looks really kind of interesting and she's not sure what that's about. She's going to be interested in knowing more. That's option one. That's actually what I have. I have a photo of me with this giant wooden camera. When girls see that, they're like, well, what's all that about? I'm interested. I want to hear more. Why does he have this giant camera? What does he do? You're generating mystery. It's sort of like a good title for a blog post or an article or a video. I don't want to say clickbait, but it's sort of the same thing, right? It generates a lot of like questions, right? That works. Or the other thing that works is making her really, really, really excited. So the way you make her excited with your Tinder profile photo is when she sees it, she thinks to herself, wow, that looks way more fun than what I'm doing today. All right. A photo of you at like a generic bar, smiling, wearing a suit. Maybe you're at like your family's wedding. Maybe it's prom night. Like that doesn't make anyone curious, and that doesn't make anyone really excited to like drop everything that they're doing and go hang out at like generic bar A or B. All right. It doesn't do it. It's not going to get her excited. So right off the bat, you're an uphill challenge because she's not excited or curious. The only thing you have to go on is your looks, right? And if you're really good looking, fine. I'm not, right? Most guys are average, and average on Tinder doesn't work because, again, the studies have shown 80, what is it like? The top 80% of guys compete for the same 22 bottom percent of women. You have to be above. It's sort of like this. Imagine taking a test at school where if you get anything other than an 86, you fail, right? That's Tinder. That's why Tinder is so hard. But on the flip side, Tinder is really easy if you get above the 86, because then not only do you get the bottom 22% of girls, but you get the top 78% of girls that were inaccessible before, and there's so many of them that it's just easy. I mean, getting one Tinder date a night, if you're living in like New York or Hong Kong or like a big city like that, is not unreasonable. Either really hot or you have a really strategic, good profile photo. Okay. Now with this one, it doesn't look attractive. And the reason isn't because of you. It's because the lighting. It's dark lighting taken indoors. It doesn't work. Tungsten light doesn't work. Indoor lighting doesn't work. Look at the difference between this photo and like this Mickey Mouse one. Like this is fun. This is exciting. I think a lot of girls will like this kind of picture. This is what I call the gentle giant shot. We've talked about this before. Top 20% get 80% of women. The bottom 20% go for the rest of men. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there was actually a study about this done. It's referenced like a million times on my website because it's really interesting, but it's also true. Okay. Now, every profile should have a gentle giant shot if you are a guy who looks aggressive and big. All right. So for you, this works. It's fun. The lighting is good because it's taken outdoors. I can tell who you are. Like, that's all cool. I would prefer it if you had friends around you. That would be better. So it looks more social. But anyway, the lighting all works there. On the first photo, it doesn't work at all. All right. The same issue we have in the first photo, we have in the third photo. Now, this photo down here with the big banner above you, the quality of it is just so low, it looks like it was taken on a potato, that it takes away from the grandeur of what it is. Like, I don't know what presentation you're giving, but it's probably a pretty big deal and it's probably pretty worthwhile showing off. But when it's taken on a bad quality camera, it kind of diminishes all that. That's not your fault. Like, that was the photo taken while you're up there. You can't do anything about it now. But going forward, you can, right? Going forward, you can have a better camera and you can keep it on you. And if you do something like this again, assuming it's not a once in a lifetime thing, then you can get it. All right. Your group shot. There are some things good about this group shot, and there's some things that aren't good. What's not good, again, like we said before, and we keep talking about, is the quality. The quality of this group shot is not there. It's a dark photo taken indoors at night. No girl's going to look at this and say, oh my God, that looks so much more fun than what I'm doing right now. It doesn't. It just looks like, it looks like what she could do. She can go out with her friends tonight and have a night that's more fun than that photo. And that's a problem because you want her to see the photo and think to herself, I need to be hanging out with him because if I'm with him, I'm going to be having more fun than I could have out on my own. If you can do that, if a girl looks at your profile and says to herself, he looks more fun than what I'm doing or what I could do, you're going to get swiped right. Even if you're not in her league or whatever, because girls want to have fun. If you look like a dude who will make her life better and more entertaining, she's going to want to meet up. Especially if you're like a safe dude who's not going to murder her. I need a better camera. Yeah, yep. Everyone does. That's the thing. You're not alone, man. The bad news is you have work to do. And when I mean you, I don't mean your profile, Kevin. I'm talking about everyone who's in that bottom 80%. But the good news is once you do it and you're up above, Tinder gets so much easier. All right. So, group shot, bad quality. We talked about that. Not fun. We talked about that. The other issue is this picture, your group shot is the same as your profile picture. It makes it look like when you do that, when you have photos from the same event in your profile, it looks like you don't do anything and you've only gone out one night in the past year. And if that's the case, you're automatically telling her you're not fun to be around. Have one photo per event, not more. What I do like about your group shot is you're black. And what I mean by that is you're the only black guy in this shot. So when I see this photo, I know exactly who you are because there's only one black guy in it. If this was a group shot where all of you are from the same ethnicity, it would not be a good group shot because I wouldn't be able to look at it and know who you are immediately within a fraction of a second, right? That doesn't mean you need to be in group shots with people of different ethnicities, but it means your group shot needs to be shot in a way where you stand out. So either you're way closer to the screen than everyone else, or you're in the middle of the group with everyone converging towards you, or you're with all women, or whatever. The point is, when someone looks at your group shot, they should know within a millisecond who you are. This does accomplish that. That's good. Quality, not good. Your friend in the blue 80s suit, sorry, it's not the 80s. All right? Freshen up. So that's my review of you. Overall, it's not a bad profile, but you got to pick it up with cleaner, fresh photos. Your gentle giant shot, I love. I wish there were other people around. But I think that's important to have one photo like that. I think when you get matches, especially girls who like Disney, they're going to be really excited about that image. All right, Daz Angus. Any of these good on Tinder? No. I know being black would finally pay off one day. There it is. All right. That's good. Daz, no, these photos aren't good for Tinder. Let's go over why. One, you're way too close to me. Like, I feel like I need to be back here even just to talk about this picture. All right. It's just too close. It's too intimate. it's like you're wearing a bathrobe. You're really close to me. Like I can almost feel you breathing on me. If you were to meet a stranger like this, how would you feel? Think about it like that. Especially in a bathrobe. Like, it's like someone comes to my door in a bathrobe and just like opens it up. That's what I'm thinking about. A girl is thinking about that too. So it's way too close. The facial expression is not working because it's fake. It's an artificial position because it's a selfie. You're holding, I mean, think about it, man. Think about it. She knows you're holding the camera like this and practicing different faces and poses. It doesn't come off natural. So she's not going to feel like it's a natural photo. It's going to make her feel uneasy. All right. I just posted my Tinder pics like 5 minutes back. Please review them also. Okay. I will. I don't know who you are, but I'll find out. But you understand what I mean? I like this view. You can see me better. Selfies don't work on Tinder. I've gone over this a million times. Selfies in bathrobes especially don't work on Tinder because they feel totally... You have to understand, women on social media, I mean, women in general around men that they've never met, like they don't know if they're in danger. Right? This photo is blurry, by the way. I know you took this with an iPhone that used the fake blurring because it looks unnatural. And you have like crumb in your eye. I think that's just like fuzzy from the bathrobe. It could be white hair, which is normal and natural, but I don't know if it is. It just looks like your bathrobe, which makes you look unkempt. Throw both of these away. Never use it again. Sorry, tough love. All right, I'm going to review your Tinder profile, whoever posted it, in a bit. First, though, I want to go over this because it's actually, I don't know why. When I made this group, I expected people to be posting their Tinder conversations more than posting their profiles, but people post their profiles mostly. So I'm really excited that someone posted their Tinder conversation. So I want to review this, all right? Hey, guys, first time posting. I was wondering if you gave me some tips. I think this girl is ignoring me, and I'm not quite sure what to do next. If you want, I can add my Tinder profile to the thread, covering her face for privacy reasons. Thank you for that. Edit, I'm Australian, so I hope there's not too much slang in there. I love Australia. Do you know that I have an Australian cousin? I didn't know that. I met her a few days ago. She came to visit. I love it. Australian accent. Perfect. I wish I could emulate it for this review. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at this. Okay, I don't know which is the first. All right, some feedback. If you post up your Tinder screenshots, please do it in a way so I know which is first by leaving, like it says Lamau right here. Then the next one, it should say Lamau here so I can continue. You know what I mean? I'm going to assume that the order is correct. And we'll go through it, all right? So you have a GIF. Is this how you Tinder? Right off the bat, we have kind of a small issue. Your opening line kind of sucks. It's not, okay, let me rephrase. It's not terrible. It's really not. It's better than saying hi or hey or what's up. But it's not personal to her. At least I don't think it is. If there was something in her profile or photos that you're referencing with your opening line, beautiful. But I don't know if that's what's happening here. But anyway, is this how you Tinder? She has a gift back. Ha ha ha. Lamau. Okay. When she responds with this, it's time for you to move the conversation forward. Saying ha 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 doesn't. So it already kind of like, think about Tinder like walking. You put a foot forward and then you put another foot forward. Every time you put the foot forward, you're moving the conversation either forward to the next topic or closer to asking her out on the date. All right. Anytime you write a message that doesn't do one of those things, you're not taking a step forward. You're just kind of like not tripping, but stuttering. It's like a stutter step. This is a stutter step. It doesn't add anything. And think about it from her view. Like if you write ha 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 ha, what can she possibly respond with? You're not giving her any options. All she's going to be able to do is either laugh back or ignore you. All right. Then you say, not one of my best icebreakers. Cheers for the follow on Instagram. All right. After your first message, you're calling yourself out on how your first message sucked, and then using an emoji. Emojis don't work. Emojis don't help you. Here's why. If I wouldn't speak English, if I could only speak, let's say, like French, not even that, because that's too easy. If I were to only speak Russian and I were to look at this conversation and I wouldn't know who is the male and who's the female, I would think you were the female based on the fact that you're using more emojis than her. It's only one so far, but still, emojis are feminine. All right. Where are we? Cheers for the follow. Yeah, the other thing is, this is another stutter step. It doesn't move the conversation forward. The only thing she's going to be able to respond with is, oh, haha, or okay, or yeah, no problem, or you're welcome. Like, what can she possibly say back? Always think about that. When you're messaging people on Tinder, priority one is to get her on the date. You always want to be moving forward. Keep in mind that as the guy, you're responsible for dictating the flow of the conversation. So if you send a message, think to yourself, if I was really shy and I got this message, what could I say back? What is the easiest thing that I could say back without thinking? Because girls will not think when they respond to you, because it's not their job to think about what to respond with. You are the one who leads the conversation. You are the one who has to be strategic and think about what the easiest response is. And it has to be easy. And the reason it has to be easy is because other guys are messaging her right now. Many other guys are messaging her right now on Tinder and off Tinder on text. So she's not going to take time to think out a response to you because she has other guys that are giving an easier option. Now, once she gets to like you, then you can challenge her and you can have her start to give more interesting answers and have her think, because then she's invested. She likes you already. But at the beginning, there's nothing there. If she likes you enough, you're going to be lucky getting a response back that's one word, like LOL, if you're lucky. Most of the time, they're just going to ghost on you because it's like, why? He's not leading the conversation. I don't want to have to think about what to say next, and it just feels awkward. All right? Now, I know I'm being nitpicky. There are times when messages like this work totally well because the girl likes you enough that you don't need to be very good at your Tinder messaging. And girls also understand that guys aren't very good with messaging on Tinder and text. So you kind of have a little bit of leeway. But again, if you want to get really good on Tinder, heed my advice. All right. Good game, brah. I'm just starting out my art account. So yeah, you have to understand, like, a girl is adding you on Instagram not because she likes you, but because she wants the attention, she wants the followers, and you are an easy catch for that. Avoid Instagram talk. Don't ask her to follow you. If she does, just ignore it. Or, whatever. Don't send her a heart emoji thinking that she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart. She's doing it because she wants something from you. She wants followers. I like listing my Instagram not on my profile, but I plug it into my Tinder so my photos show up, because then it shows her more about what I do in my life. Oh, you should have seen mine when I started. Couldn't cringe any harder thinking about it. All right. So again, like, self-deprecating here twice. All right. Not the worst thing in the world, but again, like, your goal is to get her out on the date as fast as possible, not to talk about how your opening line in Tinder suck or Instagram suck. But whatever. Okay, whatever. Let's just move on. Haha, all of mine is cringe from high school, laughing my ass off. Another heart emoji. So we have two. That's a lot. She's not sent any back to you. And you're like, it basically shows her like, oh, I'm really interested in you. And she's not sending it back, which is making the scales imbalanced. The scale should be even. If she's not sending heart emojis, don't send her another one. Feels. Well, we'll have to link up and talk about art shit now. What bands are you into? At least in this, you're moving the conversation forward, all right? It's still small talk, like asking people what bands they're into. Still kind of standard, but not bad. At least you're moving it forward in some way. Laughing my ass, totally like a bunch, like Green Day is my favorite. All right, so I just want to point out, look how short her response is to you, all right? See how short? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 words here, all right? Now we're going to look at your response to her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, blah, 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 blah. Do you see that it's imbalanced? A good Tinder conversation should be about equal. You might have to put a little bit more, but you're noticing that with your conversation, it's more. It just shows like too much investment, too much supplication. Put it like this, man. Well, I guess I kind of put it the best way possible already. I don't need to repeat it. Also, the ha 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 here and ooh, like, I don't know, just kind of feels a little feminine. It's sort of like when you say a joke and then you say JK at the end. It's like, just take ownership of it. You can just literally, like, by putting ha ha ha, it kind of diffuses it. It makes something that sounds flirty sound like it's not flirty anymore. Like, put it like this. Imagine you say, we're going to get along. And that's it. Just like, we're going to get along, period. That sounds masculine, kind of dominant, very direct. Listen to it again. We're going to get along. Versus, ooh, can tell we're going to get along. Okay, you see the difference between the two? Right? Say it out loud to yourself. Direct, upfront, short. That's masculine. Adding frills and oohs and ahs and ha-has. That's the opposite of that, all right? Yeah, those guys are cool. I like Joy Division a lot. Goes without the whole goth aesthetic, that's for sure. Again, like, before even reading what she says next, like, this isn't really moving the conversation forward. It's sort of basically all you've said is you match with her, you send some gifts. Hey, my first message sucks. My Instagram used to suck. What bands you like? Ha 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 ha. Ooh, I like this music. Goth aesthetic. Like, you're kind of stuck there. You know, like, it's not really moving things forward. Like, again, to this, what is she possibly going to say back? Either she's going to say lol or give you a one-word response. Right? Now, she said, laughing my ass off. I don't even use the G word sometimes. Like, the fact that you got that is great. Like, good for her. That means she really likes you enough to respond because you're not really giving her much to respond to. Does that make sense? Now you killed it. Here's where you kill it. The G word. That's why you got the super like. Ha 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 ha. All right, I'm not trying to make fun of you. Right? And we say, here, we got a comment. When you say the text out loud, you can really see what works and what doesn't. That will help me at least. Exactly. So it's really hard to text women on Tinder because there's no tone. Tone gets lost in translation. So when you write H-A-H-A-H-A, ha ha ha, like in your head when you're writing it out, it's just like, you know, it's almost like you're writing something that feels very comfortable and confident, like, haha, you know what I mean? But that's not what gets across in the tone. What gets across in the tone is like a nervous, laughing energy, like insecure. That's what gets across. So again, you're taking something that's kind of like sexual and dominant and powerful. And it's like, that's why I super liked you. G word. Like, it sounds sexual. It's kind of edgy, like cool. But then you put, And it becomes like this nervous, weird energy. And then you kill it. It's dead. The conversation's over. Whoops. And not only that, but a bigger problem is, what is she supposed to say to that? What is the easiest response to that? Should she say, oh, thanks? Should she say, oh, I'm glad you super liked me? Should she say, oh, G word, yeah, that's funny? Is she supposed to say LOL? Or is she supposed to just ignore you? You see what I mean? Like, you're literally not giving her what to say back. Then you do the worst thing you could possibly do. You invite her out. When you fuck up a text conversation and she stops responding to you, you don't double text and double down by inviting her out. She didn't reject you. You rejected yourself right here. And then saying you got plans for the next weekend is like the cry of desperation to try to recover when you realize you fucked up. What you should have done was not asked her out and tried to reconnect the conversation using a different strategy, right? But that's not what happened here. Now, it might seem like I'm being a little hard on you here, but the reality is the text and messaging you're sending now is pretty on par with the vast majority of guys that I review. The reason that you're having problems is because, well, watch the video and you'll know. I went over all the reasons, but that should give you some understanding. Own the words that you say. Cut out extra information. Keep the conversation balanced. Always lead the conversation forward. Okay. I want to review the profile that someone posted up and asked about it. Let's see. Sir Yanshu. Am I saying it right? Sir Yanshu. Hi, Mark. Please review my photos. Thanks for the feedback in advance. Yeah, no problem, man. Let's go over your photos now. All right. I see some cool stuff here and some not cool stuff here. Let's go over. I've said it before. Well, let's start with this, okay? Your Tinder profile is painting a story, all right? The story that your Tinder profile is painting is, hey, I'm an athletic, outdoorsy guy. Cool, great. That can be useful. But the reality is you can paint that image with one picture. So you don't need to use all the photos in your Tinder profile to paint that. So with you, we have gym photo, gym photo, gym photo, 6 maybe kind of gym photo, 5 effectively is like an outdoorsy gymmy photo. All right. Hey, I've been waiting for my profile to post it a week ago after commenting and you told me to post it. Okay, I'll get you next. Anyway, we see a lot of the same thing, right? It's, in my opinion, a better idea on Tinder to have a wider range of different kind of photos. Now, with that said, there are some photos here that I think are really great. I think 3 is an amazing photo. I think that's really good. I think that should be your primary photo. There's some things I don't like about it, and I'll get into what I do and don't. What I do like about it, though, is the lighting is good. It's outdoors. The smile is like extremely warm and natural. This looks like a candid photo. It doesn't look posed. It looks like you were at some sporting event and someone just snagged this photo. It's just like really fresh and clean. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Also, you're fit and you're able to show it without showing off, right? The problem with shirtless photos on Tinder sometimes is they come off as really try hard because it's like, hey, look at me. My shirt's off. I'm in a gym, right? Same with fitness photos can come off kind of like that. This photo doesn't come off like that at all. This photo comes off very, very natural. And that's one thing that I actually really do like about it. Things I don't like about it, the quality of this image is really low because it looks like it's low resolution. Maybe it's normally not like that. Maybe you have a good high quality, but on my screen, it's low quality. I don't know why. The other thing is the wet shirt would make more sense if it was in context of why the shirt's wet. Because looking at it, and this is important, okay, this is really important. I don't know if you just went for a run and then you're in like Tough Mudder and you had to jump through a pond to get over the obstacle, or if you're just really sweaty. If you're really sweaty, this is going to turn girls off. 50% of girls will look at this photo and think that you're really sweaty and be turned off and just swipe left. 50% of girls might look at this and say, oh, he just jumped through an obstacle course, and swipe right. So if in the background I could see that there was something there that made sense for you to be wet, it would work. The other problem is the water dripping down your beard, right? Is it saliva or is it water? Again, nitpicky. Most people won't think that. Most people will know it's wet because you jumped in a pool or something. But the idea is women will look at this picture for a fraction of a second and you're cutting out a portion of the audience who will misinterpret what the stringy wetness on the beard is, for lack of a better word. All right. You get what I'm saying? Overall, though, I think it's a very good photo. You know now it works. I would suggest you to, next time you go in an obstacle course or whatever you're doing here, have more photos like this taken. Have different options so you can find one that maybe gets a higher response rate on Tinder. And the way that you test, like you can have me look at it and I'll give my thoughts, but the real way that you know is you put one photo in, use Tinder Boost, you wait a week, you put a different photo in, use Tinder Boost, and you kind of compare. It's not perfect, but it's one way you can start looking at how it works, okay? Now, for all the reasons that this photo worked, this photo fails. You can tell that you're muscular in both, right? But this looks posed. It looks awkward. This looks natural. It looks not posed. This looks like you're trying to show off. You're trying to one up. This shows like, hey, think about it from the perspective of a girl. She wants to be with a guy who knows that he's got his shit together. And when you know, you don't need to prove it, right? This doesn't look like a guy who has something to prove. He knows what's up. This looks like a guy who's trying to prove something, who's trying to show off in some way, trying to justify, right? Doesn't work for those reasons. Also, indoor lighting is bad. The other thing is when you take photos and you're a man and the camera is above you looking down, it feminizes you. That's why in the world of professional photography, when you do professional photos of males for magazines like GQ, you photograph them from eye level or below. And when you photograph females, you photograph them eye level or above because above feminizes, always. Other than that, this photo, potato phone, I don't think you need it. It doesn't look good compared to this picture, which does the same thing. Outdoorsy, adventurous. Girl can get it from this. This doesn't show that you're muscular, doesn't show happy. It looks posed, blah, 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 blah. Group shot, I can tell who you are, but I need more of it. Also, the lighting isn't very good. I don't like that. I would like to see more people in the background. I like that I like that I can tell exactly who you are. That's cool. Bring the camera out. Show a little bit more context. Let me see other people behind you. The other issue with this is, I don't know if this is like a religious thing or it's like a family get together or you're a dancer. If you're like really into dancing, like I want to see that. I want it to be very apparent that you're like really into dancing and it's really outgoing and it's really exciting and fun. I don't want to see a picture that looks like it's at a family function. It might not be, but it doesn't matter if it is or it isn't, because that's how I interpret the image. Now, with everything I said about these two, you know exactly what I feel like about this one, right? All right, so that's my feedback with your profile. I don't think it's terrible. The first photo I don't hate. I don't like, though. With everything that's good about with this being so natural, this is not. It's like posed, unnatural, fake smile, right? Kind of see where I'm going with all that. All right. Let's see who wanted me to give a review. It was Peter. All right, Peter. If I can find you, Mikolaj. No, man. Just watch this video and you'll know exactly why no to all of these. Adam. Yeah, I'll get back to you, Adam. Let's see. Omar. We have a lot of See, this is exactly why we're doing the Right Swipe Club, is we have so many of these posts put up. Like, it's just not feasible for me to get through them. And then people get angry at me. Like, I got an email of someone who told me, I think that it was the only person who's ever asked for a refund of Tinder 10X. We've never had a refund before. Close to 100 sales, never a refund. We finally got one, and one of the reasons they listed was that I didn't review their profile. It's like, dude, you're in a free group, and there's 1,500 people in here. I can't get to everyone. If you want me to get to your profile and give a review, you need to be in the new group, Right Swipe Club, which we're releasing on the 11th. That's going to be a private group. It's going to cost pennies to be in, but costing pennies to be in will still get people out. So we'll have a small community so I can actually give feedback and we can have a private community in there. If you want my feedback, like, hey, I've been waiting, you told me to get to it, like blah, 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 blah. Like, I'll try my best, but if you want it, you need to be in the Right Swipe Club. I'll announce more information about that on the 11th when we open. It'll be a 1-week period where we open and have a massive discount. If you get in during that period, you have that discount for life. The price will never increase so long as you stay a member. But hey, man, you know what? I'm not going to keep scrolling down. We have so many profiles here. If you want me to review it, I will do it right now if you tag me in the post so I can get a notification of it. Otherwise, I mean, you can see there's just so many posts. So tag me in it right now and I'll see the tag and I'll review it. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to scroll forever because people here don't want to see that. And the reason I do this video isn't to help you. When I mean you, I mean any individual person. I do these videos because most people have the same problems with their Tinder profile. So when I review one Tinder profile, it's representing everyone's Tinder profile. And I guarantee the profile you want me to review is probably already been reviewed in the sense that all the problems are with everyone else. Thanks, Marc. I will do the changes. Yeah, that was a water sports game and a candid pic. The other one was a dancing picture. We'll put full picture of that. We'll remove the unnecessary gym pictures. Cool. Yeah, I think honestly, dude, I think you can do extremely well on Tinder. I do, because I think you're an attractive dude. I think you're healthy. I think it looks like you have an active social life. All of that is extremely attractive to women. Get your pictures where they need to be, and you're going to be kicking ass. In fact, we used to have a co-founder of Zerby who left the business years ago named Amit. Amit was the best person on Tinder I've ever seen on my life. Indian dude, tall, lanky, thin as bones Indian guy, was the most successful of anyone I've ever seen. And he very much looked like you, Indian dude, tall with a beard. Misconception that you need to be like a tall, handsome, like European dude. Like, no, you don't. All right. Let's see. Let's go up. All right, Adam Fitzduries. Hey guys, finally posting up. I have some photos taken with the DSLR camera, but I don't think that they're in the right context for Tinder, i.e. Marc's natural guitar shot, which I thought was awesome. Thank you. Also, I struggle to find any good outdoorsy travel shots because I mainly traveled on my own. I know what you mean by that. I mostly travel on my own too, so I know it's challenging. I've done my best to show my ridiculous personality. I'm getting a few matches, but they're not the ones that stand out for me that I really want to get. I think I'm filtering out. I think I'm filtered out by my age bracket quite a bit in my city too, because swipes are limited. Smart photos, continuously test all your profile photos and picks the best shot. Okay. Let's see. Food, costumes, so many vomit-worthy puns. You'll think I'm your dad. Okay. So, bio. Let's start with your bio. So many vomit-worthy puns, you'll think I'm your dad. The problem with this is the classic show, not tell. You're telling me that you have a lot of puns, but there's no pun here. Show me the pun. Show me the pun, baby. Show me the pun. Don't say that you have dad humor. Give an example of dad humor. Don't say that you like puns. Give an example of pun. Your bio should represent those things. It's almost, again, it's like going to a party and going up to a stranger and saying to them, hi, my name's Mark, and I'm very smart and very funny. It's like, dude, you meet that guy Mark? What an asshole. Right? Like, that's what they're going to think. As opposed to going up to someone, meeting them, and like, as you're talking, be witty and have a few puns built in there. Then they're going to walk away being like, dude, that guy was pretty fun. Right? Same thing with your Tinder profile. In an open poly relationship, this could be one of the reasons that you're having a lot of problems with matches. A lot of girls will not be down with this. And that's just the reality. There's not a way around it. I've been doing threesome stuff on Tinder, and I found that I've had more success by not mentioning that in my profile, messaging them with a really good first opening message that gets them interested, and then right away telling them, hey, just to let you know, I have a girlfriend and we're looking for another partner. Like, if that's the route that I'm going down, like, that tends to be more effective than putting something like that in your bio. Because girls who would normally be down with something like that, if they met the right guy, will immediately write you off without finding out if you're the right guy. Because there's assumptions that are made by people who have that in their profile. Okay. So you might find more success if you don't list that right away, but you do come clean very, very, very early in the conversation. That's important. Because otherwise they're going to feel like you're wasting their time. But I think that might be one of the reasons you're not getting a lot of matches. Could be me. All right. Kind of hard to see your photos, but first photo, quality, not there. The camera looks like it's taken a little bit below you, which is good, but I'm distracted by this guy in the background. There's this like dark area here. The camera looks kind of posed. This picture, if you're the guy upside down, I love this shot. Really fun. This being kind of fun and goofy works because you have people around you as a group shot. It looks social. This one below it doesn't. This one, even though it's a group shot and you can't tell who you are, you could be the guy on the right or left. I don't think that matters. I think it works for what it is. I think you have a lot of personality in this. The quality needs to be improved. You need to ditch the ones that aren't working. I don't think this picture works. I don't think this picture works. You're wearing the same shirt too in these two photos, which I don't like. This photo, I don't like. I think that this is a better band shot than this. Like, okay, yeah, you're playing in a bit, but this could just be like at a dead neighborhood bar where no one's around. You know what I mean? If there's a lot of people, you can have a low quality image like this. But I think this is a better way to show that you're a musician. And if you like my guitar shot, then you can use that too. That kind of works as well. But I think your bio needs work. A lot of work. But yeah, that's my review. Speaking of getting girls to be down, should you schedule a second date with a time on the first date, or say you seem cool? We'll see where this goes. Honestly, it depends. It's a big question. Normally what I do is like while I'm on the date, I'll just like casually say stuff like, oh yeah, next time we meet, we've got to do this. Or, oh, you know what? I love X. You need to see it. And then at the end of the date, I'll say something like, that was really fun. I'll be in contact. Right? And the reason I like that, it gives a little bit of mystery. It makes her like, oh, is he going to text me back? Kind of makes it fun. And then when I do message her in about, 5 days or so, 3 to 5 days, I'll bring up that thing that I mentioned on the first date. All right. I found that works for me. But I don't think you literally need to say, you seem cool, we'll see where this goes. And I don't think you need to schedule the second date while you're on the first one. You're just leaving little hints and getting her excited, you know? And she'll tell you, she'll be like, oh man, I love apple orchards. Like in the conversation on the first date, maybe that comes up, apple orchards. And then you say, oh my God, have you been to Terhune? It's a local apple orchards. They have the best cider donuts, apple cider donuts that I've ever had in my life. And they make them fresh every day, which is true. There really is a Terhune orchard by me. And then again, you just message her later and say, hey, let's go to Terhune this weekend. All right, moving on. Omar, I'm definitely going to review your profile because you just bought Tinder Wingman, which is our flagship program, where I show you once a week for 30 weeks my real Tinder profiles, Tinder messages broken down line for line. Awesome. Glad to have you on the inside. You will be getting special attention from me, and you also have lifetime access to the Right Swipe Club. Awesome. So I'll be seeing a lot of you, but I do want to review here. Hey guys, nice to meet you all. I'm looking for some early feedback on my bio and photo. The other photo is my Facebook profile picture. I still have a ways to go in terms of building it out, but I want to know if I'm on the right track and if there's anything I need to improve. Okay, so the profile photo is high quality. I'll give you that. But the pose is kind of goofy, right? Little goofy. It's a little like if you hired a photographer in the 90s to photograph you against a brick wall because you're putting together a boys band. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what's getting across because you're looking into the distance, smiling. It's like, dude, it's posed. It doesn't mean posed photos can't work, right? It just means it doesn't come off natural. And sometimes that works better. Like that one guy, who was he? Sir Yanshu. I hope I'm saying your name right, but his photo was so natural and that worked. But kind of like this goofy looking up and away into the distance. Like, I don't know, man. I think it might be better to try some other things. Perfect. That's my sticking point. Half of the girls ghost after my first date. That could be... It could be that you're setting up the date wrong, but it could also be that your first dates are either too long or you're going to the wrong locations. Like, are you going to dinner dates? Let me know. Improv comedy, inking my passport, music that makes me close my eyes, chamomile. If you like black licorice, then please swipe left. Thanks. What's your favorite tea flavor? Okay, so again, the issue that I see with this is, like, you say improv comedy as the first thing, meaning it's the most important, but there's nothing really in here that's very funny. The black licorice thing, like, it kind of reads like a copy-pasted line. It's not really relevant to you. Like, maybe if in your first profile there's something about black licorice, you know what I mean? Then it would make sense. But just putting this here, it's not really relevant. It doesn't really teach her anything about you. And it's not really funny, so it's not an example of improv comedy. Inking my passport, like, again, like, I guess that's a better way of saying I like to travel, but it's better to give an example. Like, it's way better to give an example of a place that you've been and a crazy thing that happened to you, like a mini story. In fact, my Tinder profile has 3 mini stories of misadventures that I've had while traveling. Like, here's one of them, okay? Horrible misadventures include ... I once got lost and drunk under Paradise Island during a company retreat. Woke up with bed full of white, red, and blue tortilla chips. Unexplained. Right? It's like this mini story of a weird, crazy thing that happened to me while traveling. Unexplained. It basically, it gives her more questions than it answers. And when she messages me, or when we meet on a first date, she's like, so what was that shit about getting lost under Paradise Island? You know, you want questions asked. This doesn't make me ask any questions. It's like, okay. Now, here's another thing. My profile, I travel a lot. Actually, I'm going to be in Japan and Thailand for the entire month of October and November, and I will be doing a lot of Tindering there, and I'll be doing a lot of videos while they're about Tinder. But listen to this. I don't say inking my passport. Here's how I say I like to travel. Visited 30 states and 4 countries in the last 9 months. Managed to avoid diarrhea each time. Okay? Like, saying that is very different than saying inking my passport. Saying managed to avoid diarrhea each time is funny. It's kind of risky. Showing, not telling, okay? No, I never go to dinner dates. Well, that's good. Usually walk in the park with other people around. I'll kiss a girl a lot on the first date. It's more like my texting and scheduling after the date. Okay. Take my advice and see if that helps. The other thing I'd say is try not to kiss on the first date. See how that goes. I know that sounds crazy, but you might be putting more pressure on her than you think. And maybe a percentage of girls aren't really into that. In fact, Joanne, who is the brand manager of Zerby, is probably watching this live stream right now. And if not, she'll watch it later. And Joanne, I want you to comment on this comment here, because Joanne, from what I know about her, does not kiss on the first date no matter what. And if a guy tries and is too pushy about it, it can hurt. And what's weird is sometimes girls will be like totally down to kiss on the first date, and then after the date, they're like, oh man, I didn't want to do that. Or I wasn't ready for that. Or, oh, he just wants to sleep with me. So try this. Try not kissing on the first date, and try making your first date a mini date. This is my favorite thing to do, by the way. My favorite first date is actually to make it as short as possible. Like a 20-minute lunch break or a 20-minute coffee break before I have to do something else earlier in the day, like around noon. Way more effective. Way more effective. Way more effective as a first date. Because what happens is, like, having a 10-minute mini date and then seeing her a second time, the fact that the first date was 10 minutes doesn't feel like it was 10 minutes. It feels like it was a full date when she sees you the second time. It's weird how that works. But when it's such a short first date, like, she still wants to meet you because there wasn't enough time together. So when you do meet the second time, there's not all the pressure because you've already had a date technically. And she also feels more comfortable around you because she's seen you. And the more times she's seen you in different locations, the more, how can I say it? The less risky you are because she's seen you in different environments and she knows how you act. Hi. I'm guessing this is Joanne saying hi. So yeah, go ahead and kind of respond if you know what I mean. Try that out. Try the first tip that I gave you before, but also try going on like mini dates and see if that makes a difference. It might. All right. Hey, everyone. Here I go. Introducing myself. This is my profile after deleting it twice. Please be ruthless about my profile. Bio says, hi, radio, webs, chill guy, perfect on English hablament. English speak as Chilean Spanish parody. Okay, that's an inside joke. Cool. First photo. We already know why, right? We already know why. We talked about this before. Indoor lighting doesn't work. Camera above you looking down doesn't work. Looking directly into the camera with a posed photo can work, doesn't work here. Doesn't look natural. Emojis don't work. Emojis look feminine. Yep, never kiss a girl on the first date. It depends on the girl comfort though. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are definitely times you can kiss on the first date. Of course, there's definitely times where you can meet on the first date and then bring them right back to your bedroom. Of course. But if you find you're in a rut where what you're doing isn't working, try radically altering it and see if that changes things. Again, my favorite first dates are mini dates. This is just not a good photo. It doesn't look inviting. It doesn't tell a story about you. It doesn't want me to drop everything I'm doing. Put it like this. The best Tinder photos, whether you're a man or female, when you look at it, you say to yourself, dude, I want to hang out with that person. A good Tinder photo is so good. Put it like this. A good Tinder photo is so good that even if they're not attracted to you, they still want to hang out with you because you look so much fun. Okay? So same problem, like you're killing yourself by doing these photos indoors. You have lighting, which looks like it's from a computer screen, which does not look natural. The lighting is this weird tungsten yellow mixed with this blue. The camera's below you looking up, which takes any features of you and diminishes them. It just doesn't work. Same issue here. Like, I can't see you. Being a DJ at like the radio station, that's really cool. Have good photos for it. Like, this is immensely better than this one, at least. But you kill it with these, man. You got to have good quality photos. Like, you're in the music industry. That's exciting. That's fun. I wouldn't kiss her if she is closed off. Sometimes the girl would be all over me, leaning in, and I'll still get ghosted. Yeah, it's weird how that works, right? It's weird. I mean, what do they call it? It's not last minute resistance. It's buyer's remorse, where you have a girl who's like super, super, super into you. And she sleeps with you and she's like all over you. And the next day she's gone. It's because she like remembers it. And she remembers it like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I promised myself not to sleep with guys on the first date anymore, and I did it anyway. I promised myself not to kiss guys on the first date, and I did it anyway. It doesn't matter whether she did it because she really likes you and you're actually a really cool guy. She did it anyway. So you get the negative repercussions. And again, I might be talking out of my ass here. Just try it. Try it and post in the group and let me know what happened. Oops. All right, let's get back to this. I can't do this too much longer. Not because I don't want to, but my voice is getting sore and I need to pee. But I'll do a few more or one more. All right, Sebi. Hey, here's Sebastian. I'm 28. Appreciate this group. Can you please give me a comment on what picture to improve? I have difficulty to find out what is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth best picture. Things that work for me was using a boost, change one picture. Asking girls out on Tinder, I would not date. Okay. First things first. The walk of shame, remorse, haha, Joanne. All right. First things first. I hate to be this guy, but we make Tinder 10X for a reason. Tinder 10X is our full course that brings you through exactly how to build your Tinder profile, exactly what photos to use for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It shows examples of the photos, examples of photos that work, and examples of photos that don't work. My real photos, I show you ones that I could use for either any of my photos, good or bad, and I explain why one is better than the other. Before you do anything, you should watch that, dude. Sebastian, watch Tinder 10X because then you will know the answer to all the questions you're asking. You won't have to rely on waiting for me to get on camera, and you'll get better advice than I could give you than me talking on camera. Because here talking, I can only talk at you. But if you get Tinder 10X, you see the examples. All right. The first photo doesn't work. It's a selfie. It's obviously staged. It's bad lighting, yellow tungsten lighting. Selfies don't work. We talk about this over and over and over. Welcome to the group. I know you're new, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're getting such a hard hit. But again, we really do talk about this a lot. All right. Second photo. You're outdoors, which is better, but same problem. Actually, you're not outdoors. You're indoors. It's just the bright light is behind you. Doesn't work. Selfies don't work. 3 doesn't work. I can't tell who you are. I have no idea who you are. 5, no. 6, no. 4 kind of works. It's a little staged, but it kind of looks like a fashion shoot. You're a good-looking dude, but your pictures detract all of it from you. All right, this will be the last one. Alexander. No, man. Indoor lighting, you're too dark. I see this distracting thing behind you. It doesn't tell me anything about you. It's a low-quality camera. Like everything we talk about, all the other profiles applies to this and vice versa. This picture, no. I like that it's a gentle giant shot. I've said this before. I forgot one of the members of Tinder or Tinder Wingman or Zerby, whatever, coined the term gentle giant. But basically the idea is you have one photo that's kind of cute, one photo that has like a picture of you with a kid or a picture of you with a dog or a picture of you doing something cute. Like the one dude we looked at today who's jumping in the air and clicking his heels together with a Mickey Mouse hat on. Like that works. This doesn't work for the gentle giant because the picture, like, let me see if I can show you. I'm going to hide this real quick. All right. Here's what it looks like. Okay. A little bit of an Ethan Klein H3 thing there. But basically the point is like, it looks like you're arching your back in a weird way and puffing out your chest. There's something about it that just doesn't feel, whoa, I almost fell. Doesn't feel totally natural. And it feels really posed and the smile looks really posed and your body language looks uncomfortable. Facial expression doesn't look comfortable. I don't understand. Like, what does this mean? You have to understand, like, when a girl looks at a picture of you in a split second, she's going to have no idea what this represents. Are you like milking a cow? Are you carrying out plants because you don't like the environment? Like, what is the subtext of your picture? I don't know what the subtext of this is. Again, I don't understand. Like, this guy is in the picture. I don't understand what's happening here. Like, what are you communicating to her? Are you communicating that you are kind of like a crazy, goofy dude? Like, maybe there's better ways to do that. Like, I don't understand why this photo is being taken. I also don't see a group shot of you, right? And also, all of your photos are you wearing the same clothes. Well, the reason is because you went out in one afternoon to do that. And that's fine. Like, if you need to get pictures up fast just to start things up, okay, but you need to have specific individual pictures for each image, for each Tinder photo, whatever. Oh, I see that you tried to improve it. Okay, this does look way, 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 way better. Still not perfect. Why? Same issue here. We have indoor bad lighting. I don't really know what you're holding. Photo number 2. All right. It's not the worst. Photo number 3 is a group shot. I can tell who you are in it, which is fine, but it doesn't look. Okay, here's the main problem. When a girl sees this, when a girl sees any Tinder profile, like I've said before, she should say to herself, this looks more fun. Hanging out with you in photo 3 is more fun than me hanging out with my own friends who I love and want to spend every minute with. See what I mean? Like, when a girl sees your photo, it should look way better. It should look way better than what she's doing in her life. Photo 3 doesn't do that. Like, yes, at least I can see you have friends, which is good. Photo 5, same thing. At least I can see that you're social, so you don't look dangerous, right? That's what a group shot does. It shows you're not dangerous. But yeah, you get where I'm going with this, right? This one also has a lot of black and white photos. Yeah, it's a little too much black and white. Little too much. Little too much. But I do think that this is a 10x improvement over this. Oh, I pressed the same one. Over this, all right? 1,000 times better. Not 10 times, 1,000 times. You can still do better. You can still do better. But being in the group has obviously helped you. Now, most important, this is our free group. I will be coming in here and doing more videos like this. However, I don't know when. It'll be random. Every single month at the same time, so you can prepare, I'm going to be going live in the Right Swipe Club, which is our new members-only exclusive group on Facebook here. Extremely cheap. Well, I shouldn't say cheap because that means it doesn't have a lot of value. It's inexpensive for what it is. We'll have guest Tinder experts in there. I will be in there once a month giving real and successful breakdowns of my Tinder profile and my content. So you'll be able to see what I'm doing on Tinder. Stuff that I will not be sharing anywhere else will be in that group. When I'm in Thailand, in Japan, I'm going to be showing all kinds of video footage of the fun that I'm having there through Tinder, which will be nowhere else. All of that will be in the Right Swipe Club. And when it comes out on the 11th, you'll be able to join for a very low price. It will never be that low again. And once you get it, you will be locked in at that price forever. On top of that, the reviews in the future that I will be doing of this group of profiles here will also be in the Right Swipe Club. So if you're only in the free group and I review your profile, you're not going to be able to see it unless you're in the Right Swipe Club. You'll also have access to the content archives, which every single Right Swipe Club interview, exclusive content, etc. that we ever do will be in a content archive that you'll be able to access once you're a member of the Right Swipe Club. I'm really excited about this. This is the biggest thing that I've done with Zerby in a long time. It's about time, honestly, that we've had a private, exclusive Facebook group. Own Your Online Dating is amazing. I will always be here. I'll always be posting and always be active on it. But I need to have the Right Swipe Club so I can get more personal because the group Own Your Online Dating is just too big and people are getting mad at me. I've had 2 people complain, actually 3, that I didn't get to their profile. It's like, dude, you try opening a group with almost 2,000 people in it that post all the time and want feedback on all the stuff all the way, always. If you're on the Right Swipe Club, you're going to get it once a month minimum. So get in there when I announce it. I'll be posting it everywhere. It'll be sent out in email and also posted in the group on the 7th, and also on November 7th, when I open up the Right Swipe Club, I will go live here to announce it. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope that you're going to be improving your Tinder results and Tinder profile based on the feedback that you got in this video. If I didn't get to your profile, I am sorry. Join the Right Swipe Club or just watch this video because this video will help you, because most guys have the same problems. One thing I want to see, by the way, people post their Tinder profiles. I want to see your Tinder conversations. Post more of them. That's what I really want to see, because those are really fun to break down. Post your Tinder and text conversations. Show me them so I can break down why they are or aren't working. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Mark from Zerby in the Own Your Online Dating group. Soon we'll be coming out with the Right Swipe Club. I'll talk to you guys later.